2016 Kawasaki KLR650 Review. The last time I rode a Kawasaki KLR650 was 15 years ago, in San Francisco as a photo op for a story about the Motorcycle Emergency Response Corps. MERC was a non-profit organization composed of motorcyclists volunteering their skills to provide mobility, rescue, and communications during a disaster. Sadly, the MERC website now leads to a health blog, and any search I conducted didn't turn up recent MERC information, so I must assume the organization has disbanded. But the threat of disaster looms as large now as it did back then. Whether it be an earthquake, tornado, tsunami or zombie apocalypse, the KLR650 remains the ultimate get-the-hell-out-of-Dodge machine. Kawasaki KLR650 project bike. For much of its existence, 1987 to 2007, the KLR650 reappeared annually with minimal, if any, changes. When the 2008 model KLR arrived, it did so in style, flaunting new bodywork with dual headlights, a more powerful 651cc single-cylinder engine, improved braking performance, increased fork diameter, a new swing arm and a variety of other improvements. In 2014, the new edition, KLR650 boasted a fork with 40% firmer springs and 27% firmer rebound damping. At the rear, the Unitrack linkage suspension offered a 63% higher spring rate, while the rebound damping settings were 83% firmer. The KLR's seat was narrowed at the tank juncture, and widened in the passenger area. The 2016 KLR650 is the motorcycle equivalent of your grandfather's 20-year-old recliner, a relic of incredible comfort and familiarity. The carbureted single requires a choke to get running when cold, and the occasional switching of the petcock from on to reserve when fuel is running low. Its power output is modest, at best, while handling resides somewhere between deliberate and truckish. The KLR won't get you anywhere fast, but it will get you there. When mommy nature renders paved roadways impassable, Makupiku is beckoning, or you're fleeing the living dead, you're gonna reach for the multi-tool that'll surmount unforeseen obstacles of both the on- and off-road varieties. The longevity of KLR and its minimal changes over the years ensures parts availability is universal, and for the parts that aren't, chances are you can fix the problem with the correct application of duct tape or WD-40. We averaged 38 miles per gallon from the KLR's 6.1-gallon fuel tank, giving the KLR a range in excess of 200 miles between fill-ups. A low compression ratio of 9.81 allows the KLR to run on fuel unfit for more high-performance engines. Under the correct circumstances of low fuel, engine heat, and because of the fuel tank's tight seal, vapor locking becomes very real at very inopportune times, an issue resounded among KLR forums. For me, it happened thrice with around 180 miles on the trip meter, at continuously fast freeway speeds. The worst occurrence happened at night on my way home from Roland Sands Design. Bombing down the 405.5 lane when the bike starts losing power fast, leaving no time to cross 5 lanes of speeding traffic. I instinctively flip the petcock to reserve and press down on the fuel cap to release pressure, something I learned during my first vapor lock experience with the KLR. The bike's nearing crawling speed and still not starting. With nothing but a painted line and cement freeway divider to the left of me, my nervousness about being stuck on the 405 in the dark with no breakdown lane is slowly becoming panic. Thankfully, no U-Haul with dim halogen headlights bears down before the bike restarts and I make it home safe. I don't ride far on the freeway now, however, without occasionally pushing down on the fuel cap. Otherwise, the KLR scoots around at freeway speeds without complaint. It doesn't arrive at those speeds quickly, and there's not much passing power once it does, but the KLR will chug along, covering hundreds of miles without emitting numbing vibrations. Around town, the KLR is a friendly commuter that's easy to maneuver, thin for lane splitting and tall for a bird's eye view. Just don't be in a rush when the engine's cold, because the carbureted single requires seemingly eternal warm-up compared to fuel-injected engines. Also, with a 35-inch seat height, it helps if you're not short. The KLR goes about its off-road duties in much the same methodical way it carves a twisty paved road, droopy dog style, not doing anything too quickly. It's best to have your plan of action submitted for the bike's approval before attempting anything complicated. The 21-inch front wheel certainly helps the KLR's off-road proficiency, while its wide handlebars provide ample leverage in the dirt or on the pavement.